Is Nashville affordable anymore? Well, I want to go over that today. I want to go over the true cost of living in Nashville. In order to do that, I'm going to have to pull out my notes. This is all based on 2020 averages, and everything is averaged out in a scale of 100, 100 being national average and on. Now, keep in mind, Nashville, as of 2020, has about 694,000 people living in it. On that scale of 100, Nashville comes in at a 101.4, so slightly above average. However, the national cost is about 14% higher than the state average. So there's a few things that bring it up, and there's also a few things that bring it back down. The housing market has boomed here in Nashville. So realistically, if you're looking for a single family residence, you're going to be looking at about $350,000 is the average cost of a single family residence here in Nashville. Now, granted, we're not looking at super sized homes. So we're looking at about 1,500 square foot to about 2,600 square foot. And that kind of brings it in. Now, yes, you still can find the $150,000 homes. But when you do, be prepared to fight for them because it's a brawl. There's multiple offers coming here. It's insane. And most of the time they're out in the really rural areas, or you're definitely going to have to fix them up. I mean, if you want a fixer-upper, then we can start looking in the under $350,000 range. Now, townhomes are going to run you, on average, about $260,000. Townhomes, again, same square footage as a single family home, 1,500 to 2,500 square foot. But personally, that's not a really big deal with interest rates as low as they are. However, if you really want to get fancy, you can pay about $825,000, which is the average home cost in Green Hills. So $825,000. If that's really your budget, then let's start looking towards the Green Hills area. I know that's honestly, that's where most people want to start looking. They want to start looking in Green Hills, Arrington, those areas, Cool Springs. But that's, it is what it is. If you're not in the 800 budget range, let's avoid that area. Now, let's bring it into rent. And then this is just housing costs. Rent on average is about $1,500 to $2,000 for, it doesn't matter if it's an apartment, if it's a single family home, if it's a townhome, it's about $1,500 to $2,000. So, I mean, there is your housing cost for the house itself in a wrap, which brings us to utilities. I personally only pay about $150 a month. That includes my trash, my water, and my electric, and sewage. Sewage is in there too. But Nashville, on average, scale of 100, is a 96.7. So definitely lower than the national average as far as utilities. Nashvillians, we only spend about 6% of our budget on utilities, which is amazing. I've lived in areas where I'm spending way more on utilities. So that is definitely something to really think about. You're going to need internet access. One thing that I have to say is internet is kind of expensive here. I mean, it's about $70 a month that I pay for my internet, and it's not that great. I drop my internet pretty much once a day. My internet drops. I do have fiber, but I mean, there's some companies that can do better with their service. So Internet, expect to pay about $70 or more for your internet. Your homeowner's insurance, it's not bad either. Me personally, I only pay about $1,200 a year in homeowner's insurance, but the average in Nashville is about $1,500 a year. I lucked out and got my policy, and I have not looked back. So there, you can always find it cheaper. Renter's insurance, if you are a renter, it's going to be about $218 a year or about $18 a month. Just depends on what policy you choose. So that is going to wrap up basically your housing, your utilities, your rent, your insurance. But now we have to talk about cost of food. How much are you going to spend on groceries? Well, keep in mind, Tennessee, our sales tax is about 9.25. So it's a little bit up there. Some areas with their 6%, some with 7.25, some with 7.65. But our groceries on a scale run us about 95.4 on that scale to 100. So it's still below national average. Monthly, I got a family of 5, so we spend some money. I got 3 boys. Listen, they can put away some food, and I can put away some food too. So we are above this number, but quite frankly, what they say is that you're going to spend about $168 to $350 a month in food. Yeah, it's not my house. I'm going to say that right now. Like, we go through some food. We got to take our grocery trips twice a week. 3 boys, and I'm not a very big guy, but I do like my food. So, and my kids, I didn't realize that kids can eat about 7 to 10 snacks before lunch. That's crazy. I don't even know where they put all the food. But anyway, there is your food. You're going to spend about $168 to $350 a month in food. So, are we overwhelmed yet? So let's talk about auto insurance. Personally, where I was coming from, my auto insurance, I relocated here myself. This is actually my second time relocating here. I moved thinking that, we were going to, be in a cheaper area. And then I moved back because, it's Tennessee. You can't miss it. But auto insurance. My auto insurance used to be through the roof. So me personally, with all the discounts and everything that you can get on your auto insurance, my auto insurance does not cost me that much. I have full coverage on all of my vehicles. And I think I'm only paying about $150 a month on my auto insurance. And that is motorcycles. I guess I do have coverage on every single one of my motorcycles, and I have coverage on my wife's vehicle, my vehicle, and the other vehicle. But auto insurance monthly is not that bad. Your policy is going to run you, this is a yearly amount, about $1,000 to $1,300 for a year in auto insurance. That's full coverage. I guess I would rather get full coverage insurance than anything else. You just never know. So there's that. Now on your vehicle registration is going to run you about, your wheel tax is going to run you about $160. Talking about your vehicle costs. Your wheel tax is not that expensive. It's the same once a year. Tag renewals on your wheel tax. Mine usually costs me about $160 a vehicle. The county that I live in actually taxes motorcycles the same that they do, or registers or charges you the fee, whatever they want to call it. Motorcycles the same as they do as a vehicle, as a actual vehicle. So it's about $160 per vehicle that I pay a year. Now, as far as motorcycles go, there is other counties. There's another county that I lived in They only charge 25 bucks. So when I moved, when I left and I moved back to the county that I live in now, that was a big shock. I almost wanted to sell my bikes because of that. $160, the same as you pay for your truck or your car, you're paying for your motorcycle. To me, that just didn't make any sense. Because I was used to paying 25 bucks, and that's yearly. So that, that kind of, that really caught me off guard, to be honest with you. So what else do I have here? Yes. Now let's bring all this in and talk about the one thing that everybody with kids loves to talk about. That's childcare. Keep in mind, I've got 3 boys, three of them. And at one point, luckily, 2 of mine are in school now, but at one point I had to pay for all 3 of them to go to childcare, which on average is about $15 an hour per kid. Yeah. Do the math, $15 an hour per kid. So childcare is expensive, and you will be on a waiting list for your childcare. So definitely, if you're moving here, I did not realize this, and we panicked and chose the wrong daycare for our kids to go to both times, because we didn't really factor that in. And so that is one thing that I really have to say. If you have kids and you need childcare, like you don't have any family or friends or anybody to help you out, you don't have a stay-at-home spouse, anything like that, hey, let's check into some childcare and get you into a good one, because they all pretty much charge the same price. At least from my experience, they all have charged the same price. So you can either go to this alternative ranked school, or you can go to a really good one. But I would say definitely let's look into the childcare, because you can go wrong real quick. Now they do have things like Mom's Day Out. I don't know why they don't call it Dad's Day Out too. I mean, dads need time away, whatever. But anyway, you can go to those. Those are only 1 or 2 days a week, if you need those. And that is a way to cut costs there. If you want a nanny to come to your house, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but on average, it's about $15 to $16 an hour is what you wind up paying for that childcare. Now, let's keep in mind the average household income in Tennessee is still only about $50,000 a year. So, has Tennessee gotten too expensive to live? I'd say no. The only thing that's really risen is the home prices. So, I mean, really everything has been the same. I've personally, I moved here in 2008, and I left after a few years, and I moved back, and honestly, the cost of living has stayed the same. Utilities have stayed the same. The only thing that has risen is home prices. So if you can really, and let's be honest, with interest rates as low as they are, I mean, that's almost a non-issue if you can get over the fact that, hey, I'm paying X amount for a house, but you can find a good quality house for the price range, for any of your price ranges. Like I said, if you still want the $150,000 house, you can still find the $150,000 house. So really, that is the biggest thing that, I really have to say about this is the cost of living in Tennessee. This is actually what it costs. And this is actual data that I just gave you on what it costs, as well as a few of my own personal experiences and my own personal expenses. So yeah, there you have it. There is the cost of living. Too expensive? I don't really think so. Again, if you guys are looking to move to the Nashville, Tennessee area, please feel free, give me a call. My number is linked down below, and you can call me, you can text me any time of day, any time of night. Just call and text. Please like this video, share it with somebody that you feel needs to see it. If you're looking at moving to Tennessee, hey, just give me a call. Again, I will be posting new videos every week, so keep an eye out that. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and I will see you guys in the next one.